Welcome to Barak's Loft. I hope you enjoy the video. And Snowball says hi.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I get to show you a few birds from Chris from Northern Lights. He has got quite a few different colors here, guys, that are just fantastic. I will put his email in here and you guys can see how it looks and show you all these birds here. He's a great guy and looking forward to showing you what they look like. So
all right, so my name is Chris. I'm with Chris Northern Lights, and these are some of the birds in reduced that I have. This bird that we're looking at currently is a bird in spread reduced. He's the father of a couple birds I'm going to show you down here. Very nice looking bird. He's similar to what we call Rubella. Rubella is a color modifier just like reduced. Typically speaking, the reduced are not going to have as dark of patterns on their wings. I'll show you one of those here coming up so you can compare the two. And next we have, the next bird that is here is a bird in reduced. This hen is in T-check. She's quite a bit darker for a reduced. Let me see if I can get her to move. See if I can get her to turn. This bird here is the cockbird was a cockbird in reduced, but he was also in kite. Kite is what you'd commonly use in raising almonds. It's kite is basically like a bronze factor with recessive red, and most of the time they're T-check. This hen is in T-check. You can see that she's in reduced. There is no barring on the tail. Very nice example. And a lot of times when it comes to reduced, you're going to see this high metallic sheen in the neck. That's another thing you could look for when you're looking at a bird. This bird was born white. Birds in reduced are commonly appear white, and the colors will come with time. So she is in T-check, reduced, and displaying kite. That's what gives that brown appearance. All right, the next example is in check. He is the son of the bird that we started with, the one in spread reduced. This is one of his sons. He is in check. As you can see, what happens is anything that would be black would be a pastel color when it comes to birds in reduced. It gives it that pastel colors. There again, you can look for that sheen in the neck. It goes up and it'll stop at the skull cap. That's another indicator that he's in reduced. And then again, you could look at his tail. There is no tail bar. And like I said before, this guy was born white. Reduced are commonly in white. Get him to turn. Very nice example of a bird in reduced check. Okay, the next bird is in reduced blue bar. All the birds I've showed you so far are all in blue. I like blue. They show much better than they do in brown. Brown will give them almost like a, it's hard to explain. It does not show well. The patterns do not show well, I don't believe, in brown. Same with ash red. I don't care for ash red in any of my colored projects. If he ever gets to turn right, we'll see his bars. His bars, again, are in, there we go. His bars are that pastel color, what you're looking for. Get his stand, he just doesn't want to cooperate here. There we go. So you can see his bars are in pastel. There is no tail bar, which is common for a bird in reduced. This next bird is also in reduced. You can see the pastel markings there. This bird is a bird in spread with the bars actually showing through the spread. So one of the parents would have been in spread. The other bird would have been in either T-check, check, or bar. That's how it gives that appearance. You can see the pastel colors in the markings. Then no tail bar, again, is telling us that she, it's a hen, that she is in reduced. And she is also hetero recessive red. That gives her that brick appearance in color. And there again, you can look for that bright sheen in the neck area where it stops at the skull cap. That's another pretty common indicator that the bird is in reduced. There's a nice example of, you can see her tail there. There is no bar. showing us that she's in reduced. All right, so this would be two racing homers. One here on the right is a bird in reduced spread. That's a bird in reduced spread. And this would be a Rubella, which is, I imported the Rubelas from the Netherlands in Europe. As you could see, this bird, the difference in color tones. So the Rubelas are gonna be darker. I don't know if you could see how dark that is compared to the other one. The one that's in reduced. So that's comparing the two, Rubella in spread and a reduced in spread. They are, Rubelas and reduce are color modifiers when it comes to the color. It basically, well, obviously the reduced makes it reduced. That's how it gets the name, clearly. And Rubella is from, I believe, a stone, a mineral. That's why they came up with the Rubelas. And that, I think, was discovered in like the 1960s at some point in Germany, I believe, is where the Rubelas were discovered. That's a young cockbird. And both these are cockbirds, actually. There we go. That's a good comparison right there. All right, okay. This next bird is in blue T-check Rubella. Basically what it does, it takes all the black colors, all the black checking, which would be on a regular T-check, and it turns them into like a rusty red, reddish orange. So this guy would not, some people confuse it with dominant opal. It is definitely not dominant opal. This guy is in blue T-check Rubella, which I imported Rubelas in 2016 is when I imported the birds from the Netherlands from some really good friends that had some great quality Rubelas. It does similar to a bird in dominant opal, but as you can see, these colors are way more vivid than a bird that would be in dominant opal. Like I said before, it takes all the dark colors and it gives it the appearance of like a burnt orange appearance. That's about all I can say about this. It's a color modifier just like reduced.
And we'll take and show you guys, we'll spread out the wings and stuff and show you guys what they look like too and stuff, so.
Almond is a kite. This bird is in T-check Kite. Basically what Kite is, it's heterorecessive red. It's got a bronze factor. There's different modifiers to make a kite. This one appears to be in spread, but he is not. The reason he appears to be in spread is the smoky modifier covers up all the checking in this bird. So it gives him the appearance of being in spread, but he is, in fact, is a bird in T-check. To create almonds, you need, to create a classic almond, I should say, you can use Delroy, you could use recessive red, but the number one thing that I like is Kite, and that would be this guy. So you would take a kite and put it with an almond, and they would produce recessive reds. They could produce Delroy. They could produce Kite. They could produce almonds. So there's a whole bunch of variations in just creating Kite and almond when you pair a kite with an almond. There's something else I was going to say. I can't think it off the top of my head. Oh, yeah. So if you were to take two almonds and pair them together, they have a lethal gene in them. The babies will come out with bladdered eyes, poor vision, and they'll be lacking of a base. So that almond base will not be there. And typically speaking, they will probably die in that first year to 6 months. They're very, very weak. So it's never, ever a good idea to take an almond and pair it with an almond. The results will not be good. They'll be lacking any almond base, flecking. They'll typically be born white and always stay white. And there again, it's just an all-around a very weak bird. Okay, so now we're gonna show some wings opened up so you get some idea of what we're talking about when various things like almonds, Rubelas, reduced. So this guy is a bird in reduced spread. So that's an example, much lighter than you're gonna see when it comes to the Rubella in spread. There again, there's no tail bar. That's another indicator that the bird is in reduced. I know ash reds will not have tail bars either, but they'd be a different makeup. They'd be, for lots of times, they're much darker than when it comes to birds in reduced. And as I said before, you're gonna look for that sheen in the neck. It's super polished when it comes to birds in reduced. So that guy is in reduced. This next bird is in Rubella. There's not very many of these in the United States. It's another modifier. I imported my Rubellas from the Netherlands in Europe, from some friends. This guy is in Rubella, as you can see, much darker. And it does have a slight appearance of a missing tail bar, which you might see in dominant opal, okay? But that would be the difference between reduced, which that guy is, and this one is in Rubella in spread. Okay. Then we're gonna go down to this guy here. This bird is in blue T-check, Rubella. It takes all the colors, everything that's typically would be dark checking, and it would turn it into like a rusty colored appearance. So this is him. I don't know if you could see that, that rusty color appearance in this area. He also has a very similar tail bar, which that's what makes people confused when it comes to Rubellas and dominant opal. He does have an appearance of a white tail bar, which you'd see in dominant opal. But typically speaking, the ones in dominant opal would not have this vivid colors, this rusty color appearance. And the flights would be much whiter on the tips in a bird in dominant opal. Okay. This one here is a Kite T-check. So when you're looking for a kite, you're looking for those marks inside the wings when you open up that bird. When he's closed, you won't even recognize it. You open it up and you'll see that. And I'm going to show you a fun fact here. To check to see if a bird is in smoky, the smoky modifier, you're going to pull the tail bar out. Pull the tail bar. You're going to pull the tail out. You're going to look at this edge on the outer tail. If it's not in smoky, this would be white on the edge. Because it's absent, this bird isn't smoky. What happens when you add smoky to something, it gives the appearance of a bird in spread. And that's what gives that T-check all covered up and appears to be in spread.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. So please like, share, and leave a comment below. And thank you again for watching. And you all have a great day. And thank you. If you got any questions, please email Chris or myself. I will leave it in the description below. And I hope you enjoy the day. So